What up, YouTube? Look what we have here, UFC 3. It's only the beta, but I'm still super hyped for this shit. I played a few hours last night, and I gotta say I'm fucking loving this game so far. So I noticed a few things that I don't like that are really going to need some changing before the release of the full game. I have my full confidence EA is going to take care of all of those things. But I found way more things about this game that I'm fucking in love with. I really feel like EA is on the right path with this game. I feel like once the release of the full game, we're still about 2.5 months away. I feel like they're going to have a proper build for this game. Might even be able to be a competitive game. Who knows? Not saying it is, not saying it won't be. We'll find out though. We're going to be playing a lot of this game. We're going to be making a ton of content for this game up until the release of the full game and even after the release of the full game. I can't wait to get into things like career mode. I got high hopes for career mode. I really think they could completely overhaul that game mode. I think it was completely lacking. I think they need to take a lot of their ideas from UFC Undisputed and bring them on into the EA Sports UFC world. And I think if they're able to combine a lot of the mechanics and things from the old Undisputed games and bring them into the new UFC EA Sports UFC games, I think we're going to have just the best UFC game we've seen ever. And the first thing I want to take you guys through is I just want to go through the most drastic changes that they made from this game, from the old game, which is the striking system. The striking system was completely overhauled, and a lot of the tips, styles, and skills that you used in UFC 2 will not carry over into UFC 3, and I cannot emphasize that enough. You're going to have to completely relearn how to strike in this game, but don't worry, because everybody else is too. There's not going to be any cheese parries, there's not going to be any cheese leg kickers, there's not going to be any cheese head kickers, there will be no throwing repetitive spinning shit in this game. Spinning shit altogether, I personally don't think I'm going to be throwing any spinning shit this year. Maybe an occasional spinning back elbow with Tony Ferg, because that shit's off the charts this year. But I'm going to get into that in a later video. We ain't even going to get into that this game. We're just going to go over the complete basics of the striking system. And I'm going to preface this with, I love the new striking system. Okay, so for those of you that have yet to play the game, the first thing you're going to want to do is practice mode. Go into practice mode. So we'll go ahead, we'll pick whoever we want to pick, doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead, we'll take Conor McGregor against Tony Ferguson. AI behavior, this is very important. It should be the default setting, but I can't guarantee when the full game comes out that the default setting will be the same as in the beta. Inert for AI behavior. This will just make the computer stand there right in front of you. They will not do anything. They will probably kind of move a little bit. You know, if you sidestep, they'll probably kind of stay in front of you, but that's it. They won't move. They won't block. They won't throw any punches. They won't take you down. They won't do nothing. They'll just stand there in front of you. And I want everybody to come in here into practice mode and just start getting a hang of the controls. Now, you're not going to get good in practice mode against an inert computer. That's not the point. The point is to just understand how the mechanics work before going in and playing against either even a computer, because the AI is not slouch in this game, okay? The AI is not a slouch. Certainly you don't want to fight against real people before learning the absolute fundamentals of this game, and that's what this video is for. Because a real person will tear you up and you will become frustrated very quickly and you will burn yourself out. You will not want to play anymore. So I encourage you to learn the very basic fundamentals of the game. So the first thing that I want to mention is the movement of the game is completely different. Okay, so before in the old game, you moved with the left stick. Now that's still the same. We move our feet with the left stick. Now to move your head in this game, you use the right stick. So the right stick moves your head. So you can now move your head and feet at the same time. Now, so if you're standing completely still, the right stick will move your head. And you can hold that in any direction and you will move. And each move's like diagonal's got their own, and up and down and side to side, they all got their own, right? So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different positions on the stick that will move your head. So there's 8 stick positions to where your head will move, okay? Now, if you're holding in any direction and then move the left stick, you will release your head back to the center point. Now, if you're moving your feet and flick the stick in any direction, you will still move your head. You just cannot hold it in that direction and move your feet at the same time. You have to flick. Now, you can repeatedly flick, but you have to flick. That's important to note. Now, striking is completely different again as it was in the old game. In the old game, if you wanted to, say, throw a hook, you would move your feet side to side, right, while throwing the punch. That's not how you throw a hook in this game. If you want to throw a hook in this game, you hold L1 and press the button with the fist you want to throw that hook with, okay? So L1 and square for the left fist, L1 and triangle for a right hook. Now, if you want to throw an uppercut in this game, square and X will throw an uppercut, and triangle and circle will throw an uppercut with the other hand. So, I repeat, square and X for a left hook, and triangle and circle for a right hook. Okay? Now, see how I didn't mean to do that there, but you see how I did that there? We went jab, and if you press jab and then hold the circle button without letting go of the jab button, that is important. Don't jab, let go of the jab button. Jab, let go of the jab button, and then press circle. It won't work. You'll go to a leg kick. Like, you can throw uppercuts by just holding triangle and pressing circle, right? So if you go jab, circle, you will throw a jab uppercut and jab into uppercut, right? So same thing with the hook. If you go jab into hook, right? Or no, sorry, that's jab into, sorry. You want to go jab into hook, right? You want to go triangle, left triangle, triangle, L1 triangle, right? So it's, you can do these quick punches in this game, right? But I only brought that up because I accidentally did that there with the boom. So you can go jab, uppercut, jab into uppercut by pressing triangle and then circle. And it's important to remember to follow into that hook, all one motion. You cannot let go of triangle. It's kind of cheating, but I got a little notepad here where I wrote the basic controls down, because even still, I'm on those UFC 2 controls. So as I'm explaining it to you here, I'm thinking back, okay, what were the old controls versus the new controls? So let's go into the kicks now. You want to go, a basic kick is almost always on all fighters, just a basic kick, gonna just be that leg kick, that easy, quick leg kick, right? If you want to throw a head kick, you're gonna throw like a hook punch, right? So a hook punch on the leg binds is going to be a head kick, right? And head kicks do damage this game. Now, if he was coming forward into me, I would have done even more damage. But see how that, boy, he rocked him there. Head kicks do fucking damage in this game, all right? Keep that in mind. Now, one thing I didn't mention as far as punches go, I wanted to wait and mention punches and kicks at the same time. If your character has any sort of advanced striking techniques, such as a wheel kick, a Superman punch, a spinning back fist, those strikes are going to be on the advanced technique. And now that's going to be L1 plus R1 plus whatever fist or foot you want to strike your advanced technique with. So Conor McGregor, L1 plus R1 plus triangle is apparently just a lead hook. Okay, so that's going to be like a power lead hook versus just his regular lead hook. And that's because Conor McGregor is a boxer, right? And your style matters a lot in this game compared to how much it meant in UFC 2. So let's try each one. So Conor McGregor, he's got a lead hook on triangle. He's got on circle, he's got just a power head kick. See how that was just the same head kick I did before, but it brought his stamina down to half instead of 3/4, and it did a lot more damage on the head bar there. If you notice, just under stamina, they have the damage bar there. So it seems Conor McGregor, okay, on that one, on X, Conor McGregor has a wheel kick, okay? So boom, wheel kick, and we got the knockout there just from a standing wheel kick. No motion, no whatsoever. So the advanced techniques they're going to leave you vulnerable. If you get caught with a counter while throwing that wheel kick, there's a very good chance you are going to be rocked or knocked out. But if you do not get hit by a counter and he does not slip that wheel kick does tremendous amounts of damage in UFC 3. It's not like UFC 2 where your character can eat 4 or 5 wheel kicks in a row. It's not going to happen in this game. You eat one wheel kick, you're rocked. You're out of it, right? So let's go ahead. Let's go over some of the defense now. So defense, our hold R2 is going to be blocking the head, right? So you can go like this, block the head, keep moving. You cannot bob your head at the same time as blocking. You have to let go of, but it's very instantaneous, right? So look, if I'm holding R2, I will not bob, right? In this game, it's a huge improvement from UFC 2. A lot of people might think this is minor, but this is actually a drastic improvement. The fact that while blocking, you can switch stance now. You could not do that in UFC 2. You had to let go of the block button in order to switch your stance, which was left you vulnerable in key positions in UFC 2. Like when you come up off the ground, sometimes you're going to be in your opposite stance, not your natural stance, right? So to be able to block and switch stance at the same time now is a huge improvement from the old game. To block the body, you're going to want to hold R2 and L2. Now it's a little bit awkward. It's going to take some getting used to. And personally in UFC 2, I was not somebody who blocked the body very much. I would block the head and I would eat those body shots. If they threw multiple body shots, I would just back up and circle out. I didn't block the body in UFC 2. In UFC 3, that is not an option. You're gonna have to block the body. If you even eat 2 body shots in a row, you're done. If you're walking forward and get hit with a liver shot or a kidney shot on the other side, there's a good chance that you're going to be winded and lose a big chunk of your stamina bar. And stamina, you thought stamina was important in UFC 2? By God, is it even more important in UFC 3. So keep that in mind. Block the body. It's awkward. Find a way to get used to it. But just remember, you're not the only one who's going to need to get used to. Not everybody has the beta. So if you don't have the beta, don't worry. Not everybody has the beta. Keep that in mind. Don't get frustrated. Don't get overwhelmed. And don't get burned out. Keep trying. Play against the inert computers. Play against... Lower the difficulty on the AI. Because like I said, the AI is not slouch. Even on normal difficulty, the AI is not slouch. So... I think that's all we're going to go over for the basic. Now, one thing I think I forgot to mention, body kick. So that's going to be L2 and boom. So L2 and any button is going to be your body punch. Same as in UFC 2. I think it was alternate. It was R2 before. Now it's L2 in this game for the body strikes. And like I said, the body strikes do damage. If you're walking forward, you do a body strike. If he's walking into you and you catch him with a body strike, it's going to do even more devastating damage. L1 plus leg kick. That's the oblique kick. Everybody's going to have a little bit different strikes here. Style matters in this game. I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe down below. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Twitch for live content. We're going to be playing so much of this game. It's going to be my main game. We're pretty much not even going to be playing any other game on stream. Or making videos on any other game. UFC 3 is the ting now, boys. So get hype, get excited, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, and get hype.